This is the Forza Horizon 5 Rally Adventure. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So what are we kind of getting here? This is the final expansion, or the last big update sort of revamp to Horizon 5. This follows the Hot Wheels expansion that was just absolutely incredible. So whereas that one was a bit more fun, this one is a bit more serious, and it focuses on rally racing. So with it, you do get this large new region that you can explore that is filled with rally-focused events, activities, and things for you to take part in. I finished the entire thing, races-wise, doing the big events and the Goliath in about like 3.5 hours, and then there's like other stuff you can do, like extra speed bumps and little things you can do here or there. It's set up in a design where you pick. Oh, sorry, I want to get rid of that. Where you pick one of three kind of like factions or styles, and then you go and you do the next one, and then you do the third one, and then you do an overall sort of thing. And each of them has things that you can level up and work through, and then once you've leveled up and worked through things, you get to do like a final race, and that's kind of what it is. To me, it's really tame though. Like this, let's be real here. This is a good amount of content. It's a great quality sort of close up to Horizon 5. It just doesn't have the same excitement though that I've seen in previous Horizon entries. You go back to Horizon 3, they had like the Blizzard DLC. 4 had the kind of the Storm Island with inclement weather. And it's just kind of like, it feels really tame, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't really feel as though they were like doing anything wild. Like, it is rally quote-unquote content, but it also doesn't necessarily feel like really leaning into the rally, if that makes sense. It kind of feels like just a bunch of more, races and racing options added to Horizon 5, which is fine. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. Like, if you love the main game, you need more content. This expansion provides that in a fresh new area. If you're looking for something that like really changes things up or revolutionizes stuff within the game, or has like some kind of crazy twist to it, that's just not the case here. So yeah, it feels a little, I don't know, little underwhelming to me in that regard. Like, it's not, again, by any means bad or anything like that. It's pretty well put together, and like I said, it's got a decent amount of extra content to it in this nice looking area. But it feels just like another area of Mexico. It feels like just another selection of new tracks and stuff like that. It's just not as like exciting or interesting as those other expansions that I've seen in the past. Really is the biggest thing. And I wasn't expecting something cartoonish, but I was just kind of like, I don't know, when you do rally, I was sort of hoping for a bit more of a lean into that rally. So, there's more content to enjoy, there's more racing to take part in, there's more adventures to have. Like, if you want to do more within the game, this is more of what you can do, and that in itself is perfectly fine, and honestly quite enjoyable. Like, I had a good time sitting here racing through it. It's just like, what? No, I want to go and I want to do that race. What? Oh, I got an achievement for smashing cacti? Okay. There we go. Sorry, I was setting that up so we could do a race and show that off. But yeah, so it's good. It's quality, but it's also not like anything too insane. Like, you get new boards to smash, new roads to visit, new activities to do, new challenges. Another open world area that's gorgeous with so many things that you can like break, smash, and drive through and just demolish if you'd like to. And then you've got these tighter rally type races. You've got the markers with like a helicopter overhead. It could be a little annoying doing the night racing though, where it's like the helicopter sort of like blinding you. But I guess the idea was to have that realism, because usually, like, at least from what I've seen in rally stuff, is like, typically you will have somebody beside you in the passenger seat, kind of giving you the details. So I guess the helicopter is a way sort of around that, but it's fun. It's fine. And it's got like the custom blueprints, and it's more of what we've experienced. So it's not the most thrilling way to close out this chapter in Horizon history, but it's a fine quality way to do that does deliver on more of the action you love, more of the visually impressive. That was a terrible corner. more of the visually impressive styles and setups. And why am I sorry? I am absolutely struggling with this corner for some reason. Oh, and you can kind of choose it. It'll even give you the option if you have, say, the racing stripe on. You can choose to have it during the rally thing, to have it turned off, because you get, you know, the indicators there on the top. Man, that is. Why am I struggling so much on that corner? That is really weird. But yeah, it's a good amount of content. You get to do the Goliath thing. It might actually be the car that is maybe a little bit of the problem. It is kind of funny doing some of the rally stuff though, and doing like the Stingray. It was kind of funny because it's not really set up for like the tighter cornering and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a fun experience. It's got some more progressional type things that you can unlock, like as you level up each of the factions. There's this sort of like star based system where it's like you've gained X amount of stars in this particular group of the threes, and then you unlock like a new clothing item or a new vehicle. So they're just like little extra rewards sprinkled on top of what's going on. And you get the traditional credits and the leveling, and it's all like sort of story done with some voice acting. Like each of the different factions has their own leader, where it's a build up to go and race against them, but it's the same lighthearted, spirited fun that you've seen from the main game. It really is an expansion. That's, and that's kind of what it's called. It's an expansion pack. It's an extra little bit of DLC. That's what it is. So you get a number of hours of gameplay. You get to go have some more fun. I don't know if I'm just driving. It's late at night or something, but man, I'm really struggling in this race. I apologize. I usually drive a lot more performant than this. But I think if you do want something a little bit more fun, I would recommend going for the Hot Wheels. If you do just, sit there and you just love Horizon 5 and you're like, I can't get enough of this, I need more of it, this is a good extra little bit of, content to sink your teeth into, and I think you can have a lot of fun sitting here playing. I think if you're, really intensely into Rally, though, I'm not sure you're gonna get a whole lot out of that. Like I said, there's many Rally racing kind of car games out there. And Forza trying its best to be like, a little bit of everything, and that's cool. It's nice because, like I said previously, it seemed like every expansion they did, they were trying to push tech in certain ways or do long-term advancements to the series, and it's like this one kind of just feels really safe. It's a good amount of content. It feels fun, feels action-packed. I like the drone things that make the lights in the backdrop. That's fun. And, the overall world and environment is good. It's a nice little crafted, carved piece of Mexico with some varied landscapes. It's just really, really familiar, if that makes sense. It's very much something I'm like, I've been here, I've done this for countless hours already, It's just extra amounts of that. Which, it would have been kind of cooler to lean into that rally a little bit more, but even saying that, I don't really specifically know in my mind what I would even expect out of that for more of a lean into rally. It's definitely Fultz's take on rally, but yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. So I hope that kind of gives you context into what this offers. I hope it kind of showed off a little bit of, this area and stuff like this, but it's a nice little extra piece of land for you to drive about in. It's an extra little place for you to sit there and score some points and, roam around and do some, integrated online stuff. And, it's the same quality that you expect from the main game, but, present within this extra little smaller chunk of Horizon 5 action. Good luck out there racing, and I'll see you at the Horizon Festival. Has the fun, continues in Mexico.